Morning Trade Pros, welcome to the Morning Market Update, the first one of 2019. Wow, 2018 is over. That's in the past. You'll never have 2018 back again. How about that for a thought? However, 2019 is full of new opportunities, new challenges, and we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a big year here for us, and it's going to be a big year for you as well. You guys are coming along for this ride. So I hope you were safe and sound from your 2018 celebrations. I hope that you don't have any New Year's resolutions, because resolving to do something just because it's a new day in the new year is not the best reason to do it. I never believed in New Year's resolutions. I always thought that if you're going to resolve to do something on the 1st of January, why not just do it around Christmas? Start earlier. But anyways, power to you. If you've decided something, I'll tell you this: stick with it. That's the most important part. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So whatever you've decided to do, do it for at least 21 days, and you'll see the power of that. So I believe in you guys, and I empower you to achieve all your goals. Because I got some goals too. All right. Morning market fun fact: December was the largest exodus of institutional capital from the stock market since 1992. Investors pulled $75.5 billion from U.S. mutual funds and out of exchange traded funds in December. All right, that's a pretty big, that's a huge exit of capital. So if you're wondering, is this sell off for real? Nobody's buying the dip. In fact, they're actually selling their stake out of the market and making an exit, making a run for it. But if you think about it, the other thing is there's cash on the sideline, because if somebody sells, they get their cash. So cash on the sideline means there's buying power available. So it's very important to see how the stock market does in the first 5 days of the year. This Saturday coming up, we have a video coming out called the January Effect at 3 p.m. Eastern. Very important that you watch that. It's super important what happens in January for a pre-presidential election year such as 2019. All right, overnight levels: S&P 500 2452 quarter is the overnight and annual low so far. I could say that because they're the same. 2437 is your support level. Sell rallies early on. I think we're going to see some weakness here off the open, and then try to rebound or recover in the afternoon. So bearish start to equities across the board. We'll talk about how it's extremely bad in Asia in a moment. Overnight low on oils at 44.41, support at 43.85 below. Sell rallies. I think we'll take that support out and head lower. And dollar index bounced back pretty strong this morning, up almost 1% from its lows. And resistance is 96.80 to 97 above for the day trade. So look for that. There's going to be some opportunity in today's market. January the 2nd to the Friday, so basically the day after New Year's to the Friday of that week, typically is slower. But this week, nothing, or this year, nothing's been typical. In 2018, we didn't really have a Santa Claus rally. We didn't have too much of a slowdown other than the 26th, which was Boxing Day. That was a little bit slower. But other than that, actually, Boxing Day was a huge rebound. 27th, 28th, the Thursday and Friday of that week was slower. So, all things being equal, we're getting a more volatile holiday season, or we've had one more volatile than the past, and that's great. It's a lot of opportunity. So that being said, expect slightly weaker trade volume and volatility throughout the next couple of days, and we're back at it next Monday, essentially at full force. Everyone will be back at the trading desk. Some of them grumpy, some of them frustrated, some of them happy, and that's all going to boil down to a market sentiment at some point. All right, today's market in Asia: Japan is closed for celebration of the day after New Year's. Hong Kong's down 2.8%, China's down 1.2%, India's down 1% as well. Asian markets had their worst start since 2016 to a trading year, so that's significant. In Europe, at midday, London's down almost 2%, Paris is down 2.4%, Frankfurt down 1.3%. Bearish across the board in European equities. The United States, Dow's down 2%, S&P's down 2%, NASDAQ down 2.6%. Pretty big sell-off in the United States as well. Like I said, I think January we head lower. All right, I think January through February, that's always been my sentiment, that we might end off on a little bit of bullishness in December, but starting the 2019 year, this is going to get hammered, and we're just not going to let go. If we get through the supports below the low set in the 2018 year, there's a lot of selling weight in there. A lot of sell stops are coiled up. All right, crude oil is down 1.8% to 44.61, and that's on the back of some China manufacturing news we'll cover in a moment. Gold's up 0.7%, trading at $1,290, just less than $10 now away from $1,300. Bitcoin's up 2.7% to 3,800, and today we got the PMI manufacturing index. This week, if the government remains closed, we're not going to have too many economic indicators or economic news being released. More and more branches of government are shutting down as this government shutdown itself extends into the second week. And Donald Trump's looking for funding, $5 billion for a wall, and he's not looking. He's not going to get it, but he's going to veto any bill that doesn't include it. So this shutdown can continue for a very long time. He is hosting a meeting today to talk about it. He just tweeted this morning saying Mexico has already paid for the wall. If you look at the renegotiated United States, Mexico, and Canada deal, which was the former NAFTA that he blew up and just renamed and renegotiated. So interesting stuff. Chinese manufacturing overnight is what really caused the sell-off. It's what caused the start of this, exasperated the start of this bearish 2019. All right, it came out at 49.7 for the month of December, from 50.2 in November. Why is that important? 50, above 50, it's an expansion manufacturing number. Below 50, it's a contraction. So you got a number that shows contracting manufacturing. So it's not increasing slower, it's decreasing. That's bearish. And that's what really put the downside into the stock market. That caught pretty much all Asian stocks off guard and put the sell-off in Europe and the US as well, and oil for that matter, because slower manufacturing in China means less demand for crude oil and for pretty much any other raw material in this world, just taking a hit. All right, that's what pushed futures down 2.2% in crude oil. Also, Russian production has hit a post-Soviet era record in 2018. Soviets are they're pushing a lot of oil out, and the only other person producing more than Russia is the United States. So there's a huge glut of supply and contracting demand now out of China. It's not good for the price of oil. Last thing I want to talk about today is Tesla. They reported Q4 production of 86.6 thousand vehicles, which is up 8% quarter over quarter, which sounds fantastic. But then if you think about it, they also announced a $2,000 price reduction in their vehicles in the United States. Why did they reduce their price in vehicles? Well, you know why? It's because the credit that they got for buying green vehicles or emission-free vehicles is getting cut by the government, and Tesla needs to do something about it. Elon Musk himself was tweeting into the end of the new year, instead of being out there on microdosing on LSD, he was tweeting about, he was saying, oh, hurry up and get your sale now before it expires. Last time to get a credit, last chance. It's really interesting to see that coming out on December 31st. But anyways, deliveries, 90,000.7 vehicles. That's up 8% quarter over quarter. 61,394 Model 3 vehicles in line with guidance and 15% more than Q3. So production is growing, and that's good. I think that'll be positive news for Tesla, but the price cut is going to be negative news for future earnings, which might hit the stock. So interesting to see what happens with Tesla. This morning, we'll be watching, obviously, Tesla. Technology stocks like FANG names, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, plus Microsoft, see where they want to go. And if we're going to get any kind of rebound, it's got to start with tech first. And if we don't get a tech rebound, downside. So we're going to start selling rallies this morning on oil and on equities. And we're going to look for the usual reversal in the mid-morning for some more upside, followed by a close of strong selling as well. That's kind of the outlook for today's stock market. If we get a reversal, great. We're going to start buying it. For now, sell rallies. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy 2019 to all of you. Hope you and your families had a great celebration. It's going to be a big year for all of us. And remember, if you made goals to start 2019 with certain actions, traditionally called resolutions, stick to them for 21 days. Don't plan to do them for one day. Plan to do them for 21 days, or don't do them at all. Because if you do something for 5 days and you plan to do it for 21 days, that actually writes a negative pattern in your mind that you failed. And failure at something like that creates a much stronger aversion pattern for the future. If you want to go to the gym, you go to the gym 5 times and you stop going, then that tells your mind that you don't really want to go to the gym. The willpower isn't there. So if you've committed, go for 21 days. It'll be much easier after that. All right. If you've committed to complete some crazy program in 21 days, commit less. I'm always a big fan of committing to less. If you commit to less, you'll get more done. I promise you. It's called activation energy. And I'll tell you what, if your goal is to go to the gym, don't make your goal being at the gym. Make your goal putting your gym clothes on. It's easier to do. Every morning, if you want to go to the gym, your goal should be to put your gym clothes on. Once you have them on, what are you going to do? Go back to bed? You're not. You're going to go to the gym. So make it an easy, actionable first step. You guys, good luck. Have yourself a wonderful day. Super excited to kick off 2019. The team here at TradePro. We got to turn around and open up the trading room. First, I got to pick up my phone because I dropped it. Phone picked up. You guys take care. Have a great day. All the best. Manage your risk. Trade like a TradePro. All right, Trade Pros in the room. Let's make some money today. I did my books on the weekend. I had a really good 2018. I actually made more money than I thought, which was a good surprise. It's always a good surprise to make more than you thought. Did the numbers, and now told the accountant, she's like, oh, I got to redo some of the statements. So now we're redoing some of the statements. Tax year is coming up. That being said, that's going to be fun. Tax season's right around the corner. We got a lot of opportunity here in the market to start 2019. I think we're going to have a blockbuster start to the year. So let's get into it. Let me just end the broadcast on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. Take care. Have yourself a great start 2019. All right, let's look at some levels and trade opportunities here for the day. I'm going to set up some supports and resistances on S&P 500. We'll bring Steven in for oil. Victoria will cover NASDAQ. And then we're just going to trade together for the day and make some bank.